Picture this. It's January 24th, 2006. A successful young woman gets ready, grabs her things, and heads out the door for work. Just a totally normal Tuesday morning, right? Except she never actually makes it to the office. No final phone call, no heads up, and absolutely no goodbye.
Now, you know how in cases like this, investigators almost instantly hunt down a motive, and usually they're looking for money. But here, as hours drag into days, nothing. The silence is literally deafening. There is zero ransom demand.
There are no frantic messages, no weird out-of-the-blue credit card swipes, and honestly, this is the most chilling part. There is not a single confirmed sighting of her ever again after she walks out of her condo. None.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the timeline, the evidence, and the downright bewildering clues behind the disappearance of Jennifer Kesse. It is, without a doubt, one of the most frustrating unsolved mysteries in American history. So, the one defining question I want you to keep in the back of your mind as we go through this is how? How does someone just vanish into thin air, in a busy city, in broad daylight, without leaving a single trace behind? I mean, it seems logistically impossible, right? But that's exactly what happened.
Okay, let's establish a baseline and look at Jennifer herself. We're talking about a highly responsible 24-year-old financial analyst living down in Orlando, Florida. And she was thriving. She just bought her own condo, she had a long-term boyfriend, and they'd recently gotten back from this amazing vacation in the Virgin Islands. Friends and family, they all described her as super grounded, incredibly smart, and extremely close to her parents. It really is a stark reminder of how fast a totally mundane morning routine can just flip into a nightmare.
And a crucial point we have to make right up front is that there is absolutely zero chance she just voluntarily walked away from her life. She was the kind of person who talked to her family all the time. She had a great job, big plans for the future, and was just incredibly dependable. Going off the grid, that simply didn't fit her personality or her lifestyle at all. Let's take a look at the timeline. It goes from complete normalcy to absolute panic so fast. Monday, January 23rd, she's back at work after her trip. Totally normal day. That evening, she makes her usual phone calls to her parents and her boyfriend. No red flags, no panic in her voice whatsoever. But then, Tuesday morning rolls around, January 24th. She doesn't show up for work. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. And within hours, that initial concern explodes into full-blown alarm.
When her parents rush over to her condo in Orlando, what they find is, well, bizarrely normal. Her car is missing, sure, but inside the apartment, everything is perfectly in place. Her bed had clearly been slept in, her clothes, her makeup, her personal belongings right where they should be. Her important documents were all left behind. No forced entry, no broken glass, absolutely no sign of a struggle anywhere.
Everything in that apartment pointed to one really unsettling conclusion. She didn't pack a bag for a quick getaway. She wasn't attacked in the middle of the night. It looked exactly like Jennifer woke up, got ready for the office, locked her front door, and just never came back.
Now, I want you to think about her exact morning routine, specifically the walk to her car, because this is where the environment becomes so crucial to the case. Step 1, she leaves the condo. Step 2, she takes a short walk to her parking spot. But step 3 is the kicker. Her condo complex was actually unfinished at the time. It was an active, bustling construction site. So every single morning before sunrise, she had to navigate through an area packed with unfamiliar, transient construction workers.
And that detail right there, it raises a genuinely terrifying question for investigators. Was someone in that crowd watching her? Had she unknowingly become the target of someone who learned her daily early morning routine? Or, was this just a completely random, tragic encounter where she was in the exact wrong place at the exact wrong time?
Fast forward a couple of days, and the investigation takes a massive turn. A tip comes in, and police actually find Jennifer's black Chevy Malibu. But it's not dumped in a swamp or out of state. It's sitting in another apartment complex's parking lot, exactly 1 mile away from her home. Just a mile. Finding that car gave everyone this huge surge of hope. I mean, they were expecting to pull fingerprints, DNA, something that would finally blow this case wide open.
So forensic teams tear that car apart. But you know what? The biggest breakthrough didn't even come from inside the vehicle, it came from outside. A nearby security camera actually caught the exact moment her Chevy Malibu was parked. The video shows someone parking the car, getting out, and then just calmly, no panic, no running, walking away. Finally, police had a suspect caught on tape.
But here's the catch. This footage, it ended up being both the greatest piece of evidence and the most agonizing frustration in modern true crime. It's like the ultimate false hope.
Sure, investigators figured out the suspect's approximate height, what they were wearing, even the way they walked. But they completely missed out on the three things that actually solve a case: the face, the identity, and the motive.
And why couldn't they see the face? Because of what has got to be the most unbelievable, heartbreaking coincidence I've ever heard of. When detectives went through that footage, zooming in frame by frame, they realized the suspect's face was completely hidden behind a fence post. And I don't mean it was blocked just once or twice. Due to this crazy alignment of the camera's frame rate and the exact speed the suspect was walking, the face was perfectly obscured in every single frame where we might have gotten a look at them. Every single frame. Millions of people have analyzed this video since it was released, and to this day, no confirmed identification has ever been made. It's wild. That missing face essentially led to decades of dead ends. Her cell phone just went dark. Nobody ever tried to access her bank accounts. Thousands of tips poured in from all over the country, but they led absolutely nowhere. The frustration got so intense that in 2018, Jennifer's own family actually sued their local police department just to get access to the case files. They were desperately hoping that a fresh set of eyes might spot one tiny detail everyone else missed.
But even with all those files released, and modern forensic tech and heavily enhanced video, the result is the same. Detectives are still constantly having to separate verified facts from total speculation. Did someone grab her at our car? Was she forced into a different vehicle? Without Jennifer, we just don't know. We only have possibilities. And in the real world, possibilities are not evidence.
Which leaves us staring down a cold case decades later, ending this explainer on the one haunting question that still echoes through this entire investigation. Who parked Jennifer's car? Because somewhere out there, someone knows exactly what happened on that Tuesday morning. The real question is, will they ever actually come forward?